TennoGen Round 19 Part 2. But, I just made a bit of a whoopsie. If you load the game in its standalone version, not many TennoGen items here. Because to see these, you have to load the game through Steam. Remembering that the people who make this, their name is in the top left, designed by... yeah, I'm not butchering that name. Ash has a new skin for this, and the helmet looks kind of fishy. But does have physics behind it and looks quite nice with the different colour option zones and everything else. The one I was looking forward to would be Excalibur's Blade of the Lotus skin, and this thing actually does look pretty nice. Again, you've got to look at the different colour zones, and the helmet looks really nice. Trying to figure out what makes this a blade could probably come down to something to do with the helmet. But I do love the energy effect coming out the top of it. It kind of has a little bit of physics to it as well, which makes it just that little bit nicer. Garuda has a new skin as well. This thing, I actually really like the look of that helmet. Again, lots of physics going on for helmets. Tons of them. The skin itself looks really nice as well. There's just something about this that... I think it's just the way certain skins really suit certain colour combinations, and I think this one kind of went really well together. But, and this is really early in the video to do this, as always, weirdly enough, I think my favourite one has got to be, at least so far, Nova's skin. There is something about that helmet, even though it has very minuscule physics to it, it still has it. And remember, you basically look at the frame from this angle, so looking at the helmet, it has that little jiggle to it, and every other part of this looks really nice. I like the different colour zone options, and makes me think maybe I might actually pick this one up and replace the one that I use for Nova. Have done for absolutely ages. I probably won't, but it is really tempting because I really do like that helmet. Definitely one of my favourites of TennoGen Round 19 Part 2. Not that there's anything wrong with the rest of them. Prime example of this would be Saryn's Night Hunter skin. This thing... again, I think it comes down to the colour options that make you look at some of these and go, wow. Because it's got a really nice helmet on it. It's a really nice colour combination with different colour zones and everything else. And that suits Saryn a lot. Khora's Miyabi skin, again, has a really nice helmet. But it won't let you... if you could zoom out on these just a tiny little bit, it would be great because you'll be able to see the helmet in full. But you can't really. Which is a shame because that's a hell of a helmet. It does come with the rest of the skin as well, but the helmets on these are always way better. Well, sometimes, not always. There are two new Syandanas, and there's something about this one that I really did like, which is weird because you can see the length of it barely. I should probably change the frame for these, but too late now. It is a really long Syandana, and usually I hate these, but there's just something about this and the physics behind it and the way it's designed and the way that it attaches to the back that just makes this thing stand out amongst other Syandanas. Same kind of goes for what looks like some infected creature clinging to your back. There is actually a point on the end of the tail of this, but something about this that makes it kind of stand out as well. I think it's the fact it's not interfering too much with the arms. There is also 3 new weapon skins, and the staff skin also looks really nice. All TennoGen stuff tends to look really nice, but you can imagine different colours to them, and sadly with it being a weapon you have absolutely no control over rotation or anything else, but there's a lot of detail in these. There is a Rapier skin as well, and there's something about this that also makes this stand out. There's a lot of detail in the blade, there's a lot of detail in the handle. You can tell a lot of work goes into a lot of these. Sadly, however, can't really tell so from the Nikana skin, because Most of the detail in this is in the sheath, and actually I really like that. There's a lot of detail on that I did not expect. Why is it vented? It's just got a blade inside. There's nothing else but a blade in there. But I kind of wish it would show it, or have the blade in one hand and the sheath in the other, but no. When it shows Nikanas, it's always like this. But you can see from the actual image in the middle of the screen, the blade actually does have details to it that look really nice. You just can't get to them unless you actually pick up the skin, which makes for an expensive preview of a weapon. And weirdly, even on the whole update forum side of this that shows a lot more of the detail of a lot of these weapons, it also has the blade inside of there, which it doesn't usually do that either. Usually it's outside of it, so you can see the details to the blade, but it is very, very corpus orientated. There is also a new Oculus for operators, and it's kind of on the infested side, which kind of makes sense. When you think about, a lot of these are on the infested side, mainly because of the whole Deimos thing. There's probably other reasons, but that suits very well. And you've got to kind of imagine it in the colours that your operator would be in, but that goes for everything in TennoGen anyway, if you choose to change the colours from what they are. Lastly is a landing craft ship skin. It's actually the Liset ship skin, but I've mentioned before I really like the Prisma effect skins for all of the ships, and that is basically what this has right in the middle. The first time I seen this, I kind of thought, that's going to look pretty nice, and then looking at it, saw the effect, it's actually moving in the middle, and went, that's actually really nice. One of my favourite Liset skins, straight off. Maybe a little bit better than the Prisma, because the Prisma skin is, it's just been around so long. This hasn't. It's just arrived, so yes, it means buying it with real money like everything else in this, because you have to launch it through Steam, which means, unlike on console that can buy theirs with Platinum, PC has to buy theirs with real money through Steam. But that is really, really tempting, because I really like the look of this. If I used the Liset, there would be no question about it. I would have picked this up already, because I really do like that effect in the middle, and it's not that bad of a colour combination. They've still got part 1 of this actually coming up as new items, as well as part 2, but there is so many things in this now. It is actually getting kind of overkill. When did I buy Equinox's skin for this? No idea. I've picked up a few things of this over the years, but not a lot. I was originally aiming to buy 1 per, but you've got to think this is round 19, part 2. That's at least over 20 rounds of this. I'd rather use that on other things, which is sad, because there is so many good skins inside of TennoGen. I don't think there's actually... there might be maybe 1 skin out of all of these that I don't particularly like. The rest of them, it's amazing what people can actually make for TennoGen. It amazes me every time. But I think we'll just leave this off here for now, because it's gone on way too long. So thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next time.